Well, here we are guys, back in GTA Online, and with the Drug Wars DLC, there are quite a few new cars. Now, in the last video, we went over the NTMT, I believe that is what it's called, but this video, we're going over this car right here, which is based off the brand new Nissan Z. So, I'm just gonna go on my phone right here and check how much the car was. It's the Anus, but the Anus 300R, and it costs just over $2 million. Now, as you can see from the stats, it does look pretty good, and I hope the performance from this vehicle is better than the car to my left, as that car is definitely not worth over $2 million. So we're gonna head to the LS custom shop and we're gonna test out this car and see how good it really is. So without further ado guys, like and subscribe, and let's get straight into today's video. So we are just pulling up to the closest Los Santos custom shop, and we're going to upgrade this car and see how good it really is. And as previously mentioned, I really do hope it's better than the overflawed Entity MT, as the conclusion I actually made after I made the video, I didn't say it during the video, but it was actually very disappointing. But we have a little bit of money left over. There'll be some other videos coming out on this DLC later on, so this is one of the final cars I'm actually reviewing. So let's just move on straight onto the bodywork, the fenders, and let's see what sort of look we're going to go for. I think for this build, I'm going to keep it quite clean. Well, I'm not actually terribly sure yet, but I think we're going to go quite clean with this build. But I think we're going to start off with some primary arches, extends the width of the car out a bit and adds a bit more, you know, niceness. But we're going to go to the front bumper here and see what we've got. So the stock front bumper has a little bit of plastic on the bottom. This one adds a bit of carbon. Primary carbon, oh, very nice there. Secondary carbon, not a big fan. Aftermarket splitter, oh, primary aftermarket splitter. There are some quite nice options. Big carbon, primary, oh, that's quite extreme there, quite nice. I think we're gonna go with the primary carbon splitter. I think that looks quite good, and if there is a better secondary color, might go with the secondary carbon splitter afterwards. We're gonna max out the engine there, so we have max acceleration. Then for the engine cover, wow, we've got quite a lot of upgrades for this car, even got engine covers and stuff. I think we're going to go with this like spinning turbo look. I really like that, and we're going to go with red on that. There is quite another few options. Yeah, I like being able to see the spinning, you know, hopefully those are the turbos or the fans or whatever they're doing. Then we got for the exhausts, I think that's quad carbon, quad titanium, quad chrome. Oh, very nice. Some carbon infinity. I think we might actually be going with something, oh, carbon oval exhaust. Those look actually looks really good. I think what we're going to go with is the carbon infinity, as they're actually, yeah, the exhaust pipes are linked together, so it's like two blocks of two, which we're going to go with there. Lots of smoke coming out the car there. Looks really good. In fact, I'm going to skip the explosives part and come over to the hood. Now, once again, we're going for a cleanish build, so I don't think we're going to go for this carbon hood here. Got the ridge line, always very nice and clean, looks pretty good. Carbon variant, the race vented one, not really a fan of that. Oh, the vanity hood, where we can see inside the engine bay. We might have to go with that maybe. Got the tuner hood, carbon, that looks dreadful. That some of these are not very good, and geez, the primary transparent hood, that looks unique to say the least. No, and then we have the hood remove. So you could probably make a tuner's version of this car where there's a massive wing on it, wide body, slammed to the floor, or you could make one that's very clean like the one we currently have right now. So, but what I think we're going to go with is this one, the vanity hood, just this bit where it exposes the engine and some of the inner workings of the car. So we're going to move over down to the lights. We're going to add some xenon headlights, and now the livery that, like I said in the last video, makes or breaks a car. So let's see, we've got shopping list. That's alright, it's just a bunch of sponsors. Black stance Andreas, pretty good, quite nice. Got the white variant, very nice. Number 26 isn't very good. This retro rally, once again, why would you have a rally you know, livery on a car that isn't a rally car? Doesn't make sense. Very tacky livery. This red offset stripe, which actually looks pretty good. This absolutely horrendous pink and white livery, and that is it. Wow, that was underwhelming. I think we're gonna go with the white stance Andreas for now. That looks really good. Coming down to loss and theft protection, we already have those on. Then for the mirrors, I think those look like Fairlady on the Nissan Fairlady, those mirrors there. But I think we're going to go just with the regular carbon mirrors. Coming down to the plate, I think we're going to go with the yeah, we're going to go with the yellow and black plate. Then the rear panel, okay, so this changes the bit at the back, so we've got none. I think we're going to change that to carbon, because who doesn't love carbon, guys? But now we're on to the color, which will probably, if the color doesn't really suit the car, we're going to go back and change some of the parts. So let's go for the metallic colors first. That silver, by the way, just right off the bat, I think it was, yeah, it was this silver here, the shadow silver, looks really good, but this color looks good on nearly every car. Not a big fan of the red on this car. Got pink, quite nice, you know. Salmon pink as well, actually looks really nice. Got orange. This, it says bronze, but it's more like mud brown. This racing yellow, oh, dark green. Actually looks really good. It's more like British racing green than just dark green. Got bright green. Galaxy blue is always nice, but we used the sort of purpley blue color for the last vehicle, so I think we're gonna have to switch it up for this one. Sienna brown, actually, you know what? I think this is the first time in GTA, but I think I'm just going to go with Sienna Brown, guys. That actually looks really good. It's a healthy shit color. It's not that one where you're like hella dehydrated and you've ate like shitty pizza. It's not like an EDP 445 shit. This is a healthy shit from a healthy man. And it also matches the engine bay. And yeah, it just genuinely looks really good with the white down the side. Let's turn this pearlescent, because I think this brown could look even better with maybe something else mixed into it. Definitely not green. Maybe something like a yellow. Yeah, look at that. Adds this really nice shimmer to it. I think I'm going to go with yellow for another $16,000. And then for the secondary color, does that add anything on the car? It actually only changed the brake calipers, so I think we're going to go with bright purple brake calipers just for a bit of burst of color. Then for the trim color, I think we're going to go for something completely different. We're going to go with, let's see, oh, midnight blue. That looks quite good. It doesn't really go with the brown or more bronzy. I would say this is more bronze than brown now with the yellow, which actually looks really good. Now for the roof, we've got the primary roof kit, which, oh, I'm not a fan of that. That is just too much brown and yellow now. The carbon roof kit is actually pretty good. We've got this ridge line, you know, that actually adds much more aggression to that slope. Not a fan. Got the primary, got carbon ridge line, inset, which, what does that change? Oh, that just makes it glossy again. Secondary, which looks, oh, that is dreadful. I think we're just going to go with the carbon roof kit on this one. We're not going to sell the car. Come down to the skirts, which I think we're going to go for, let's see what we've got. So we've not got many options. This one's a bit more extreme than I would usually go for. I think I'm going to go with just this one here, the primary carbon skirt with the bit of orange or brown on there. Now for the spoiler, which this is going to be a difficult decision, I think, because I have a feeling Rockstar has included some huge spoilers for this car that will just look ridiculous with the current build. Some of these smaller spoilers are just not hitting right. That looks pretty good. The primary tuner wing actually looks exactly like a spoiler from the old Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift film on the 370Z. Ooh, that's quite a nice aggressive wing. Actually goes pretty well, but don't think we're going to go with that. Absolutely, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. These massive wings would look good on a car that's slammed to the ground, but this one is quite high off the ground, and then we've got this massive carbon one. It's going to be quite difficult, I think. So let's see, got primary ducktail, maybe carbon, you know. I think we could go with the carbon one, I think. Well, that's quite nice as well. Or do we go with the more extreme wing on the back? I think we're going to go with the, yeah, we're going to go, actually, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck that. Not too much carbon. You can't have too much carbon. The carbon ducktail is going on the car. And it's also got this, like, vinyl sticker saying San Andreas and some Japanese shite. We're going to go, I don't think we're going to go all the way down to race suspension because that adds, I think, slightly too much camber for this car. So I think we're going to go for a street suspension, which does lower it down a bit so it's not this, like, huge truck height, but street suspension is good. max out the transmission, add in the turbo, and now for the wheels. Now, it was actually quite a difficult decision last time for the wheels, but I think this could be easier considering it's more of a tuner's car, and there's a lot more wheels that probably suit this car than the ones for that hypercar we were customizing in the previous video. So I'm going to start off with the sports wheels and see what's available. Some absolute shitters here, but you know, hopefully there'll be some better wheels in other categories.
A few moments later.
I'm gonna go with these Mercy concave wheels. Let's see the color actually, because maybe black won't be the best, because this white actually goes well with the stripe. We're gonna go down orange and red. That's not bad, you know. Pink, that actually looks fire, you know. Jesus Christ, I sound like a 12-year-old kid with these dark brown. Actually looks better than the black. They're adding a bit different type of color maybe. Or desert tan. That actually might work better, you know. I think we're gonna go with the dark brown wheel color. Then for the tire design, I don't think we're gonna go with anything. Some tire smoke and then some brown tire smoke to match the color of the tires. Some limo windows, because why not? And that is the completed car, guys. Okay, so now guys, it's time for the speed test, or just the overall speed test. So let's try this car out and see how much better it is than the overflawed, because if the price tells you anything, this car should be decently fast, and the acceleration is definitely better than the overflawed already. But let's go to the oh Jesus, that was nearly a big crash. Let's go to the interior view, turn off the music first, go into the interior view and see what speeds we're getting up to. So on the, I believe the dash is in miles per hour. So we're gonna try and not crash into anything. Ah, that was close. Hitting the rev limiter there. I think we've got 120. 125. Oh, move out the way. Yep, 120. So we're going up to 130 there, which is, I believe, was faster than the overflawed. Cornering is actually really nice in this car. Oh geez, big little lack of grip there. Really nice drifting as well. The car is going really nice through these corners. Also, the power is actually really good. It's not really converting into speed though, as we are going faster, I think, than the overflawed, but it's still not super fast, you know. So let's go onto the highway and see if that changes anything, because we did actually get pretty unlucky with traffic in the center of town there. But just having a look at this car, I'm really happy and really chuffed with myself about the color that I actually picked. This healthy shit color, as I said. It's really good, plus that little tinge of yellow. Yeah, look at that. I would definitely have this car in real life, but in real life this car is pretty expensive for a Nissan. But let's go back into the interior view and see what sort of speeds we can get up to. So that's us going over 130 miles an hour. Let's see if we can get more than that. We can definitely get more than that, 100%. We're going to go down this hill and see if we can get more than that. Although I can't really see from the steering wheel. I think it's 137 currently showing. Let's go down this hill. Come on. That's 145. 146. 145 seems to be the max speed so far. Let's go back inside. I think we're getting more than that. 138 I saw there. Yep. So it seems like 140, 145 is the max speed for this car, and it's just over 2 million, which really, with upgrades, it's probably closer to 3 million, because there are quite a lot of upgrades for this car. But it is actually really good, and I would probably say that this car is worth it. Obviously, you'd have to do an official timed lap and top speed test to really get the accurate speeds for this car. But from first impressions and the customization on this car, it is a really solid car. It deals with these corners really well. But I think that will wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed, then smash the like button and subscribe, as I will be making more videos on the drip feed content that will come out over the next few weeks, and then also if any other new content like maybe missions or businesses come out in that time. So like and subscribe everyone, and like always guys, take care everyone and have a great day.